Jota broke down in tears as he sealed Celtic's 3 points at Fir Park, but Aidan McGeady wasn't a fan of it, wasn't he? No, we'll get to that later on, but it's Motherwell 1, Celtic 3. There's actually a lot to dive into in this game of football, right? But you know what? Let's just get stuck straight into it, shall we? Right? Pretty much immediately, Anthony Ralston's cross meets Dyson Maida's dome. Great header for Dyson Maida. Thought Dyson Maida was borderline unplayable today. I thought he put in one of his, well, I don't know if it's one of his best performances in a Celtic shirt, but Dyson Maida, yeah, there was a great performance from him. Great header into the back of the net. Ralston, I mean, some people probably a wee bit surprised that he started over Johnston. I mean, probably the good perfect time to rest Johnston, if we're being honest. Obviously, Celtic got a pretty busy couple of weeks ahead. You know, Dundee, then in at the weekend against, can't even remember who Celtic are playing at the weekend. Ayr United. Is it Ayr United? Is it Ayr United? I don't know if it's Ayr. I think someone obviously on the cup. Then two midweeks back to back against Bayern Munich. Not exactly ideal, is it? Of course it's not. So probably a good chance to rest him. But here, Ralston steps up to task here and he scores. Well, Maida scores for a Ralston cross. And it's the last thing Motherwell needed, right? But you know what? Motherwell were horrific today. I thought they were alright in spells in the first half, but their second half performance, Jesus Christ almighty, man. Absolutely bogging. There's a ball played over the top. Schmeichel doesn't really deal with it. He hesitates a wee bit. And it results in a Motherwell corner. The ball just gets fizzed straight across the box. Not much really happens here. I mean, it could have trickled in off somebody, but it didn't. So Schmeichel, did he get away with one? Who knows? But there's a ball whipped in. Carter Vickers, he feels a wee push in the back. Yeah, this would have been mental if they disallowed this. Yo, is there hands on his back? Yes, but if you give this, you're giving 10 of these a game, aren't you? At the end of the day, but the ball bounces off Trusty, who should do better. I mean, even if he's expecting Carter Vickers to deal with it, he should be expecting that ball trickling back to him, and it bounces off him and it just hits the back of the net. Well, because Armstrong sticks it in the back of the net. You know what I mean? Who also was making his debut today. Yeah, look about him, didn't he? He kind of looked like a Viking or something, like an extra off one of those Scandinavian shows. But I mean, it's a great finish. Came back to him, made no mistake about it. But really poor defending from Celtic. CCV should be stronger. Then I heard, it's going too far. Then I heard John Beaton's on far. And then, of course, I knew it was never, ever, ever going to be ruled out. Brother John, all that good stuff. Banter. Calmack then has a shot blazed at the stadium. There was quite a few Celtic fans actually bashing Cal McGregor the day on his 500th appearance. I mean, he did give it a bit away a few times in the first half, but who cares at the end of the day? And then, great play to Luke McCowan and Dyson Maida. McCowan finds Dyson Maida, squares it across, Adam Adea with another goal. Here, it's a tap-in, just like the two against Aston Villa. But you know what? You need a tap-in merchant, don't you? Yeah, that's what you need. Goals wins games, and you know what? See these goals, it's not really the finish that matters, it's the build-up to it. And as long as you're there to put it in the back of the net, you don't care, man. See if you're getting 20 of these this season, you will take them every day of the week, and that's what Adea has done. And he's going to have to add this to his game. This is what Kyogo's been doing pretty much for the last 4 years. Well, obviously he's away, where you've had wingers in behind for Celtic and balls cut back or just in front, and you need to get on the end and put them in the back of the net. And if Adea is going to have a successful Celtic career from this point on, he's going to need to replicate these kind of goals, and he did it today. We then had pretty much straight away, pretty poor for Celtic. Misway has a shot, fires wide. Schmeichel beaten, but I think it just skimmed the post and went out. Maida then misses a free header at the back post. Tough. It kind of just got flung at him. He then had a shot saved, but at this point I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, Dyson Maida, man. The man is everywhere. But then had a bit of a coming together between Andy Halliday and Luke McCowan. Never a penalty. Don't even know why. There was even discussions of it. Well, I kind of know why, but anyway, moving on into half time. You're thinking, right, Motherwell 2-1 down, but they've had half chances. They've scored. They competed in the first half. Folks, I don't know what happened to Motherwell in this second half, right? Even Sutton called it out. He said, are they playing for a 2-1? Because I don't know for the life of me what happened here. It was absolutely crazy. Because of course Celtic dominated this second half, right? I mean, I expect them to dominate the second half anyway. That goes without saying, right? But Motherwell didn't do anything in this second half. I mean, they had like a long throw in, right? But that was about it. A long throw in that just didn't go anywhere. Celtic had the ball in the back of the net. Adair had a cross flicked in by Sparrow. It was offside. Kuhn scored an overhead kick. Offside. Adair hit the post. Great save for the goalie. And Celtic they're just toying with Motherwell. It's like, and in Motherwell, every time they get the ball, it's just a hopeless ball forward. So I mean, I'm thinking, right, Motherwell probably have established the fact they're shite, which is fair enough, right? If Motherwell have established the fact they're shite, then what they'd be as best well doing here is keeping themselves in this game until like what, the 85th minute, then just absolutely go hammer and tong for it for 10 minutes. Well, folks, I'll let you in a wee secret. They didn't do anything. And it actually got to the point where Chris Sutton was calling Motherwell out, and he's like, what are they playing for? This is pathetic. And it was pathetic. See, if I was a Motherwell fan, thankfully I'm not, I would be questioning, what are these players doing? Like, seriously? Like, it's almost like it was a team playing to get their manager sacked. Or it was like one of those games where a 2-1 defeat does them because they advance in goal difference or something. It was crazy. And you know what? I'm not the only one. I've seen it on Twitter. And the fact that Sutton's calling it out as well, it was weird. I was expecting 10 minutes, 5 minutes at the end, right? They're going to go for it, keep the game 2-1 to the end. Because you see that quite a lot against, Celtic and Rangers, etc., like smaller teams against the bigger teams. But it just never happened. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, what is even going on here? But yeah, then we saw a few subs. Yang had a shot saved, really poor shot, man. Really needs to be burying this. But then Dyson Maeda played in behind, outdoes the Motherwell defender, squares it across for you know who, Jota, and he celebrates, he cries. Aidan McGeady says, crying's not for me. Yo, right? Crying's not for a lot of guys. But, I mean, devil's advocate, I can see why Jota's crying. He left 18 months ago. It's no worked out for him, and he's now back at a club that he clearly loves, and he scored a goal for them. So, I mean, I can understand why he is crying, but yeah, I can understand both sides of the arguments. But yeah, Motherwell fans, they'll be crying because they got beat 3-1, and they just never went for it 2-1, and it was mental. Mental, to say the least. Celtic, gap at the top, still 10 points. Back soon with the Rangers match. We'll also have fans react. Will Celtic get a striker? So many questions. Not many answers, though.